Hello, gentlemen. Thank you for joining us today. This is Ken from SVG, and we're here with CineSys, the team. This is one of our first big team interviews for our NAB, non-NAB coverage. So thanks for joining us. Before we get into the conversation about what you would have shown at NAB, Jason, you want to give a little overview of CineSys and what you guys are all about?
Yeah, I could talk about CineSys real quick. We're an integration solutions company, and we've been around since what I call the good old days, founded in 1997, actually. And then we built a successful business by, as being integrated, it's first listening to the customer's issues, and then we solve them. So we have to usually marry a big group of solutions together, and that's kind of our expertise, where we have to tap into an API or we write something completely custom. And over the years, we've just been able to build a really great team that's pretty diverse as far as talent goes. We have a good group of hardware and software nerds and actual content creators and artists like myself, Matt Timmons. So we have both sides of the spectrum covered when it comes to building solutions for people. I think it's important to understand from the software side as well as the hardware side how things work. So that's CineSys in a nutshell. We've been around for quite a while, and I have a great group of guys. So.
Great. So let's get started. Who would like to start as far as, if there was an NAB show, what would you guys be showing, and what are some of the hot trends that you guys are trying to address with some products? I know there's a few things out there from you.
Matt, you want to go with the iconic stuff? I think that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, for sure. Especially, right now with remote workflows being so hot. One of the products that we're really excited about, and it's not really just a product, but it's really more of an ecosystem, is Iconic, and that's Iconic with a K. .io is the website. They're made by our friends in Sweden. The company's name is Cantimo. You may have heard of Portal, which is their enterprise MAM.
Sure.
But Iconic is really, really cool because what it does is it lets you keep all of your stuff on-prem. All of your storage can be on-prem, it can be in the cloud, but Iconic can help organize all that stuff together and make it where it's really easy to transfer things back and forth. And they just had a recent update which makes versioning of sequences and versioning of files and sharing even better than it was before. So we're seeing a lot of customers, some of our really actually very millennial customers, even in the New York area, using Iconic right now from home to transfer files that are living on-prem, transferring them effectively through Iconic's cloud, and editing using the low-res proxies at their home and doing what they need to do. And so Iconic has a fantastic workflow with proxies, a fantastic workflow with Adobe Premiere, and coming soon a workflow as well with Final Cut 10. So Iconic's one of those, one of those hot things that we would show as well if we had an NAB presence.
Right, gotcha. So I know there's also a Simple Cloud. So who would like to discuss Simple Cloud?
I'll talk about that. I've been working with these guys for the last 3 years now. And I think before you start talking about cloud and remote workflows, one of the things that's important is to ask the question is, how do you want to work remotely? Do you want to control your stuff that you already have on-prem? Or do you want to basically mirror what you have on-prem and put all that and virtualize that into a cloud studio, essentially? Simplecloud.io. It's basically a platform that allows you to build a studio, set up your storage, set up workstations, set up your software. It's a bring your license model. We can support Media Composer. We can support Adobe workflows, all the 3D apps, Maxon, Maya, any of the content creation tools. So it's built on top of a Windows stack. And essentially we can build a virtual studio like in an hour for a company. And we've done that for our customers here that need to keep going. So, and this is kind of cool where the Iconic stuff comes in, because we've got that proxy in the cloud with the plugin inside of Premiere. We can just pull those down and continue to edit right away. It's just like if you're not missing a beat. So,
right.
So that's how we position the Simple Cloud stuff. And then Harry has a lot of experience on the Amulet stuff, that when I talked about when we're asking the questions about, do you want to work with your current stuff that's on-prem, or do you just want to virtualize it all in the cloud? So the Simple Cloud we use when they say, hey, we'd like to virtualize our workflow in the cloud. And then the Amulet stuff that Harry can speak to is when they want to continue to work with the
great. Environment. Harry, fire away.
Yeah, and just like Jason and Matt were talking about, we really have to kind of take the overall holistic approach to people's environments and see what makes the most sense for them, because everybody has a slightly different environment. Some companies are very, very large some are smaller. Even the basics of infrastructure. Some people don't even have the quality of internet that a lot of us take for granted at home, or don't even have the proper type of hardware to run applications. So depending on what everyone's use cases are, we can either position them with a simple cloud solution, or they could use Iconic to work from home. Another one that's kind of big has been Amulet Hotkey makes zero clients or KVM extenders. And previously, prior to this whole situation that we're all in from working from home, I was using it in when I was over at the mill for a couple of years, using it as a collaborative tool where we had all of our systems on the KVM extenders, and using a broker tool like LeoStream, we were able to route the systems around based on how we wanted to position the artists in a collaborative function. So if everyone was working on a project together, we found it much more, the project would flow a lot better if we could get everybody in the same room or area of the company. So we'd route everybody to that area. Now, fast forward now into our current situation, as time went on, we found that we were able to utilize resources from other locations when they were available. And now in this situation, we were able to take that same workflow and apply it to clients that have some of that Teradici Amulet hardware in place. We could utilize the software zero client to access those systems from outside. We could use hardware zero clients, but it really all depends on what the client currently has in store, and we can tailor a solution around it. But we've had a lot of success with it.
Great, great. So I have one question for all of you, because I know time goes quick. So and it's a big one, but obviously we're in this situation that's creating a new normal, if you will, for at least a few months, hopefully only a couple. But that new normal, to have people reach out to you and kind of want to figure out how to approach new workflows, and they may establish new workflows that afterwards they'll say, hey, this kind of works in general as a new way to work, even when things return to normal. So what's the sense of the conversations you're having with people? How do they kind of begin those conversations? It's a big question, I know, but
I think it's just like I was saying before, these conversations, we've been having them for a long time. Sure. And just because the virtue of our business, where people are all over the place, creatives are all over the place, shoots happen in different locations, and as time goes on, people have always want the ability to be able to access material and work from wherever they are. So I think we've been kind of doing this for a while in the background with a lot of the tools that both Jason and Matt have brought up, and other tools, migrating data, being able to keep data available to multiple people in multiple locations. This whole situation has fast forwarded that a little bit, and has brought it really up to everyone's forefront of their attention, because sure. A, they've got to continue working, and B, it's going to set them up in the future to be able to have a much more flexible environment.
Sure, sure.
Yeah, I don't think that's a new question, Ken. I think we were kind of forced on it, given the situation that we're in right now. A lot of our customers and a lot of people have been approaching us over the years about how to do this. And when we talk about the workflow itself, it could be a hybrid solution as well, whether it's some Amulet Hotkey, some simple cloud, where we have certain units that are using the cloud for their needs, but all under the same business entity, right? So,
right.
And so we weren't really caught off guard by this. So it was kind of good for us.
Right.
And it's really just the ability to access material, right? And that's the great, how Iconic kind of was starting to position some of our clients with the ability to search and access their material and repurpose it in situations like this, where production has kind of slowed down or stopped. It's really important. Media asset management is super important because then you can find your material and repurpose it and try to use it for the time being until production starts back up.
Sure. Well, thanks a lot, guys. Really appreciate your time. Good luck with everything. Obviously, stay safe wherever you are, and hopefully we'll all get to meet up later on this summer or early in the fall. So
that would be fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Take care. Thanks, Ken. Bye-bye.